Music making is about place as much as the composer and the performer. So you always dream about bringing those three components together. And that's what we've achieved in Cloisters.
My friends see that I'm working for this project since a very long time and see me also, of course, sometimes stressed and sometimes worried. But I see now my friends understand very well why I'm doing this.
Our objective is to fill, the hotels, restaurants, and the concert hall with people every year, and we're building this annually into a great festival of at least 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks. Next year we intend to bring opera as well. At the end of the winter season, everything closes down, and there are no jobs for the young people in particular. Not enough people know how beautiful the Alps is in the summer. And we thought this was a very good way of bringing them here with all our musical connections.
Since we're doing the Christmas concert since 8 years, we had then the idea to push the summer tourism in Cloisters. As many people know Cloisters from the winter only, but it's sad as it's also in the summer just a beautiful spot to come. And that was the idea 5 years ago.
We have the greatest trumpeter in the world, Håkan Hardenberg. He's chosen to make time at short notice. This is incredibly impressive schedule to come to Cloisters, because he also appreciates is that sense of place with sense of great music, great audience, an audience that loves to be challenged, an audience that's fascinated by music and everything it can bring.
David Welton is the artistic director and will be. We've worked together for nearly 20 years on different projects. And the artistic community around the world has such respect for him that it's a very easy ask, because he's helped most of them with their careers. And he has brilliant insight and foresight. And his programming skills are terrific.
Putting together a programme at short notice in Switzerland is a challenge. But the first thing to me that we needed to achieve was to bring great Swiss artists. We had to open this new Swiss festival with the finest Swiss artists. And as I said at the pre-concert talk, my dream from the moment I was invited was to bring the Basel Chamber Orchestra and Maurice Steger. And from me to all of you on the platform, thank you very, very much indeed for joining us. Thank you. the greatest chamber orchestra and the greatest block flöte player anywhere in the world. And I think the fact that we had queues for return tickets, I think demonstrated that. In Klosters we have this wonderful church which has one of the best acoustics I know in the world for chamber music. And Beethoven is the greatest composer of all time. So in the inaugural festival it seemed to me Beethoven had to be present. The Quartetto Casals, one of the greatest quartets of our time, are launching a Beethoven quartet cycle around the world. And they were generous enough to join us here and launch this programme in Klosters. I think, and everybody present at that concert felt very privileged to be there. It was simply stunning. But the other interesting tradition, of course, in Switzerland is the accordion. And I knew, of course, many amazing Swiss accordionists. But when I talked to some of my colleagues in and around great artists, Brendel, Rattle and so on, one name kept coming up, Viviane Chassot. So I had to make the call. And what we heard again in St Jacob's Church was a fantastic programme. Absolutely amazing. I mean, this girl is a superstar. I don't know how she does it. But you forget she's playing the accordion, which I think is the greatest tribute. She played first movement of Haydn Concerto, and I mean it could have been a superb pianist playing this on the piano. She was playing this on the accordion. I was stunned.
I would say it was world class. It's professional, but as I say, it's retained its charm. Very much one of the things was the access that one has had to both the organisers of the festival and the artists performing. They're very accessible both at the performances and then around town as well. So you really feel that you're part of the music festival rather than just being a spectator. And I think that will be my real lasting impression of this. My first visit, but hopefully not my last.
Amazing collection of people, and it's brought a real buzz to Klosters in the summer, which we need. This village really needs it. And so it's going to be the start of something really great, and I think that it'll go on.
These communities need sustaining all year round. We swell in the skiing season, which is what we're most famous for since the 1920s. You know, we swelled, to plus another 20,000, 30,000 people in this valley, which is enormous for a place like this. We need to do it in the summer as well, because what the shopkeepers, hotels and restaurants earn in the winter, they lose in the summer. There are no jobs for the young people. So they all have to go elsewhere, and that's not good for families, and you know. So there's a huge impact of sustainability in creating a great festival and building on it every year.
It's heavily integrated both geographically and with the people, the local residents who live, and they're clearly very welcoming. And I think it's the charm of that has really been my lasting impression of this event.
And we've been staggered by the support we've had, particularly from the locals. And we have a wonderful team of volunteers who couldn't have done more, and it wouldn't have worked without them, frankly. But the aim is to fill the village in the summer.
I have friends coming, they never come in summer, but they came for a week from Canada, from US, from everywhere, which we never saw them in summer, they are here. And that's for me something real special.
It's for the whole community. And the centre stage for me is the tent in the Bahnhofplatz, where we've got music making going on throughout the day with local musicians, musicians from London, musicians from Sweden. The tent is packed. The youngsters are dancing. They are our audience for the future, and Klosters has made that possible.
The feeling at the tent where those musicians or the Lungsingers now sang in cope, unbelievable. That's, all these pop-up things, they are so special, and people love it.
I'm born here in this beautiful village of Klosters. Spent almost my life here. I love it very much. It's obviously one of the most beautiful places in the world. Yeah, and we had the idea to bring some wonderful music to Klosters.
I came to Klosters in 2003 or 4. And I hadn't, but I was here seeing somebody for business reasons, and I remembered I hadn't bought my wife a Christmas present, so I rushed into Claude's jewellery and clock shop. He's a master clockmaker, he's wonderful, and bought a evening watch, diamond evening watch for my wife, and we chatted away while I was doing this and realised we both love music, because if you go into the shop, there's always classical music playing in the background. It's rather beautiful. And we have a love of music, and he cares very deeply about the village and changing times economically, and I sort of kept banging on, well, there's no good talking about it, you've got to do something about it. So we have made a difference, which is the intention, on an absolute not-for-profit basis for the community, and the community are doing amazing things in backing us, such as with that amazing hall.
I love it. It's good for Closters and beautiful week. What we want more. That's the way it is. We got a new music hall, and all the people you on the street there are different. And I think it's a lot of things to do with the good weather we have. We are very lucky this week, and I think for Closters it is a very good thing to keep this going on. I would say that, yeah, very good.
Mein König ist der Wein, mein König ist der Wein, mit einem Rebenband umschwingt
If you look around the world, there are many festivals, music festivals. But this is sort of, we think this is, because this is a small, very specialised festival, the people are closer to the artists, which is important.
It is a festival from Closters, for Closters, so it's not about me or not about Jeff or a little group, so we want really to create something that whole Closter stands behind and everyone feels that's our festival, and that is something extremely important for me.
It's this great opportunity we're providing here for the best of Swiss music making with the best of the best international music making.
It doesn't want to copy anything else. It wants to retain its own personality, retain its own style, because it's created that on its first occasion, and it's well worth keeping its own personality.
Closters has always been a very welcoming place, and that's what it loves. It loves a new challenge and to have, you know, a lot of different people. I hope it attracts, you know, a lot of people from all over, because there are other music festivals all over Switzerland, and we need one here. And we've had the best weather and the best people. So great.
Nothing could be more beautiful. This is my idea of heaven.
I want to give Closters maybe something back with doing something that it goes on in a positive way.
Closters will bring you closer to the artists in the most astounding natural beauty, the most wonderful scenery, great fresh air, and beautiful weather generally in the summer. And everyone's ready to welcome you. And the hotels, restaurants, they're all waiting. And you know, we love you to support them.
Walking home after a sensational concert, you really do feel all is well with the world if this is still what can be produced.
I think above all, within this incredible alpine environment, there is nowhere better. And that's it.